In this video, I'm going to be building the best possible team for 2.5 million MT in NBA 2K23 My Team. Now, I do understand that is a lot of MT to be spending on a squad, so if you guys want to go check out my other team builders, I've done team builders on the best budget teams in the game, the best 100,000, 250k, 500,000 MT, and 1 million MT. So pretty much for every price point in the game, if you guys want to go check out those squad builders, you guys can and go look at, what is the best possible team for how much MT you guys do have. But if you have 2.5 million MT, or around that, maybe you have 2 million, even 1.5, you should be able to get most of these players on the squad, and I do think this could possibly be one of the better teams in the game. So at the starting point guard position, we are going to be going for, in my opinion, the best point guard in the game, which is the Dark Matter Cade. Now, if you want to go for Jimmy Butler, you can definitely go ahead and do so. I mean, I personally like Cade a little bit more, but I do think Jimmy Butler is also a great point guard, and also Cade is a decent amount cheaper. I think Jimmy Butler is like over 400,000 MT, at least the last time that I checked, and Cade's only going for about 275 to 300k, which is maybe not extremely good value, but I feel like that's not that bad value for, in my opinion, the best point guard in the game. He's 6'8" with a 7'1" wingspan, good at going to the basket. He can knock down threes. He's got a very solid jump shot, in my opinion. Not that bad. I feel like it's even better than a Jimmy Butler's. And then he's also got like the Trae Young escape, the Kyle Lowry size up, so his movement's really good. Just all around, I do believe he is the best point guard in the game for about 275,000 MT. Now, at the starting shooting guard position, I didn't go ahead and get a T-Mac or get a Terry Dishinger, even though I'm probably not really doing lock-ins for these type of squad builders. I feel like Ricky Davis is one of the best value cards in the game, and especially at that shooting guard position, because yes, I could go ahead and get T-Mac and spend that 1 million MT, but I would rather put it towards something else, so you guys will see what position I'm spending that on, because I do think all around it'll make the team a little bit better. Because yes, Ricky Davis isn't T-Mac, but I don't think he's that far off compared to like a Yao Ming to like a Dino Raja, for example, or compared, Yao Ming to like, who's another really good budget center. There's not many, so that's why we're going to be spending a lot of MT on Yao Ming, but Ricky Davis is going to be our starting shooting guard, really nice on the offensive end, and I think him and Cade in the backcourt will be a really nice duo. We're going to have a good amount of offense and defense. I mean, Ricky's going to be your main ball handler, the guy that's going to score the ball at a very high level, and then you also got Cade, who's just going to be a very good 6'8" point guard, good at going to the basket, and going to be a very solid defender. But we do need our lockdown. I mean, both of these guys are very solid defenders, but neither of these guys are like complete lockdowns, and that's why for about 300,000 MT, maybe a little bit more, we're going to be going ahead and getting the Dark Matter Bill Russell, because we do need that lockdown card. And I feel like Bill Russell I don't think, even without a doubt, he is the best defender in the game. He's 6'10" with a 7'4" wingspan, perfect defensive stats, every single Hall of Fame defensive badge, and perfect defensive tendencies, 99 contest, 99 block shot, and a 95 on-ball steal tendency. I mean, he's just the best defender in the game. I don't think there's really any debating that at this point in the year. And then even offensively, not a bad card. He can knock down threes, dribble the ball if he needs to, and create his own shot if you're kind of, boxed with maybe, Ricky Davis or Cade. So he's going to be one of the more expensive cards on this squad, but I feel like for about 300 to 325,000 MT, he is going to be a really nice pickup at that small forward position. At the power forward spot, maybe not your typical power forward, but you guys will see who I'm running with off the bench. It'll make a little bit more sense once we get to there. But yeah, Jonathan Bender, I feel like next to Bill Russell will be a very solid power forward, and then you guys know who I'm going with at the center position, which is going to be the Gali Sopa Yao. So yes, Bender isn't going to be the best, but if you do match up against a really tall lineup, you can put a Bill Russell on a D-Rob. You can put a Bill Russell even on a card like a Kristaps, a Dikembe, a Kareem, and he can do a fine job. And same thing with Jonathan Bender. I mean, they're both very capable defenders, and you got Yao Ming to make up for it. Now, I could go for a little bit different of route and maybe start a Dark Matter D-Rob here and then go with a different center off the bench. I mean, that's not a terrible idea, to be honest. I might honestly switch what I was going to do. I think I might start D-Rob. You know what? I think that's actually the smarter idea. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think this is the smarter thing to do. Jonathan Bender is a really good card, and you can maybe do that if you wanted to, but I think it's nice to have that starting power forward be Dark Matter D-Rob, a card that's going to be an elite defender. He's got that height, he's got that player model, and he's going to be really nice next to Yao Ming. I mean, we all know what this Yao Ming card can do. One of the most broken and just glitchy and one of the best cards in the game. He's about, I think, 700 to 800,000 MT, and D-Rob is about 400 to 450k. So a very expensive starting lineup. So we do got to go for maybe a little bit more budgety on the bench. But I mean, I wouldn't say budgety, just cards that maybe aren't, you know, 300,000, 450k, and like 700,000 MT. So not Taco Fall. Scotty Barnes is going to be our backup point guard, a very, very good defender. Now, you can't really afford a Sengun. You can maybe afford a Sengun, but I think Scotty Barnes, for his value, is going to be the perfect backup point guard. He's 6'8" with a 7'2" wingspan and going to be a very nice defender. 94 block, 96 steal, 96 lateral quickness, 95 perimeter, and a 93 interior defense. He's got Hall of Fame anchor, challenger, clamps, glove, menace, off-ball pass, and workhorse as well. And then jump shot wise, I don't hate his release. I think it's a very capable jump shot. I mean, you could go with like a Ben Simmons, a Magic Johnson, a Luke Walton if you guys do prefer him over Scotty, or do prefer them over Scotty Barnes. I just personally like Scotty Barnes over the Magics, over the Ben Simmons and the Luke Walton, and even over Sengun as well. So for me, Scotty Barnes going to be the perfect backup point guard next to alongside. That made absolutely no sense. Alongside the Galaxy Vince Carter, I do think is going to be an amazing backcourt. I mean, you got Vince for the offense, and then you got Scotty for the defense. I mean, you could go for Pippen, you know, to play your backup too, but then you're not going to have too much offense off the bench. So I feel like you need that main ball handler. I will say, if you guys have Glenn Rice, if you logged in for those 15 days in a row, or 15 days in general, maybe missed a couple days during the week, and then you caught up on the weekend, but if you guys have this Glenn Rice, that's where I would play him, at the backup 2 next to Scottie Pippen, or Scotty Barnes, I should say. But if you don't have Glenn Rice and you didn't log in every single day, that's when you can go ahead and get Vince Carter, because he's going to be the next best option. For the backup 3, basically just another clone type of player of a Bill Russell, and that is going to be the Galaxy Jonathan Isaac, who I think is the second best on-ball defender in the game. So Bill Russell, easily the best on-ball defender to put on a T-Mac, to put on a Terry Dischinger, even a Ricky Davis, whoever their best ball handler is, who's their best scorer, you put Bill Russell on, and then when they sub in their bench, and you sub in their bench, am I speaking English? When they sub in their bench and then you sub in your bench, and let's say they have a T-Mac off the bench, they have a Ricky Davis, a Vince Carter, a Glenn Rice, whoever their best scorer is, that's who you're going to put Jonathan Isaac on. And I do think he is the second best on-ball defender in the game. He's 6'11" with a 7'2" wingspan, 95 steal, 98 block, 97 lateral quickness, 95 perimeter, and a 95 interior defense. And then he does have tons and tons of Hall of Fame defensive badges. Jump shot is really nice. I feel like it's a lot faster than it might seem. Like, I think it's a decent jump shot. SIGs are not great, but not terrible. So for about maybe 45,000 MT, 55k, somewhere in that range, I do think he's going to be a really nice backup small forward. And then for the backup power forward position, what am I saying right now? I'm recording this at like 2 a.m, so maybe that's why. But what is going on? Okay, Taco Fall, he's going to be our backup power forward. And this is what I was saying earlier, because I was going to go Jonathan Bender at the starting 4 and then have D-Rob off the bench, you know, to kind of run like this. So D-Rob off the bench at the power forward position, and then Taco would guard the backup center. But I feel like it's smarter to do something like this, where we have D-Rob at the starting 4 next to Yao Ming, and then next to Taco, this is where you can go for like a Dino to play your power forward position. You can maybe go for like an Evan Mobley. He's another decent option, but I do think I'll run with Dino. I think he's a really nice power forward, especially alongside Taco. I do think they play well together, because Taco has really good defense, super tall, athletic, and then Dino's more of an offensive power forward who still does have an 8-foot wingspan and can be a very capable defender. So if you guys have 2.5 million MT lying around, or maybe around 2 million MT, and you guys want to build the best possible team, I think this is going to be an amazing squad. Even if you guys don't have, you know, 2 million MT, let's say you only have like, you know, just over 1.5, you can just get rid of Yao Ming, you know, move D-Rob to the starting 5, or you could do something like this, right? Start Taco, start Dino, and then just look to get a better backup 4, which you could go Jonathan Bender, even a budget card like maybe a Evan Mobley type of player could definitely work here in the lineup, or maybe even a Poku and like slide Isaac to the 4. So if you guys don't have 2.5 million MT, you could just get rid of Yao Ming, and then maybe also get rid of like a on Cade Cunningham and just go for Scotty Barnes and Luke Walton and kind of work around that. So you don't have to have exactly 2.5 million MT, but if you guys have around that, that's kind of the guide I would personally go with, is have D-Rob at the starting 4 and then Yao Ming at the starting 5. But let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about the team? Because I want to hear your guys' opinions. What would you guys change about it to maybe make it a little bit better? Like, just give me your upgrades, you know, / suggestions for the squad. But yeah, if you guys have 2.5 million MT, I think this is going to be an amazing squad to build. But hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.